everybody. Welcome to Kings and Queens Keeping It 100. I'm sorry Melvin couldn't be with us tonight. He's tired. We had a really hard work week and he is taking it easy in there. But I just wanted to come on here to let y'all know that we're still here. We're still going strong. We're still sober. And I just had some things that was on my mind that I really wanted to talk about tonight. Okay, I know a lot of you recovering addicts can relate to me when I say this. A lot of times, let me fix my thing. A lot of times in life, whenever we do decide to become sober, we're stereotyped. People are really bad about when we change our life. They're used to looking to the old person that we were. We can't expect them to be like, okay, well, that person's changed because it's a new year, or they claim they've been sober for however many long of years, days, months, whatever it may be. It is an accomplishment. However long you have been sober, that is an accomplishment. A day, a week, an hour. But I have come across a lot of situations where people will often look at you that's seen you years ago, and they see the new you and they look at you. And sometimes they might speak, most of the time they will, but it's just not like a sincere hello, how are you? And I'm glad you're doing well. Unfortunately, that is a lot of the reason that I have super anxiety about getting out in public still. I mean, I work at Roper. I'm around lots and lots of wonderful people. I love my line. I love my job. Melvin also loves his line and loves his job. It wears us out, but it's better to be worn out doing a job that is legal and good than being worn out than worrying about the police, worrying about whether you're doing right and wrong, or what's going on, whatever's going on in your life that may be illegal. I am so glad to say, and I don't mean to brag, but I feel very accomplished right now. I feel very happy. My life has turned around. It's done a total 360. I have a relationship with my mother now. Hey, what up? Well, I'm live now. I got people talking to me, and I love it. I love it. Y'all please send feedback to me because that means so much to me and Melvin. But what I want to talk about today is just because you have changed, okay? Just because you've changed, you've got clean, you're changing your life, you're done with your addictive ways. People don't realize that. Awesome, you work at Roper too. Cool. It's a cool job. But yeah, a lot of times people, they don't understand that you have changed your life and that people can change. I've been on probation. I got off probation in April. Hey, I'm so happy about that. I made it. And I cannot think of going back to that again. Life has gotten good. I'm not going to say life's perfect because life is not perfect for anybody. But I can say this. I can say that I love looking in the mirror and seeing, I've got a lot older now, but I can see the person that I have become. And I can look in the mirror and I can say, well, my mom is proud of me. I'm proud of me, But a lot of times people are not going to see that right off, Don't let that discourage you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the right thing. I know staying sober is hard. I know there's many triggers in this world and they're not going to stop. As much as I would love to tell you right now that triggers will go away, they won't. They won't. And you've got to learn how to work within yourself on those, okay? You've got to learn how to dig in that toolbox and pull those tools out and learn how to fight that. Because I'm going to tell you, I have been clean I had a relapse about a year and a half ago. And it wasn't easy. It was a terrible relapse. It involved my husband and I, and it was very hard. But you know what? We overcome it. We overcome it. And whoever your higher power is, that's who you need to be reaching to. Mine is God, y'all know. My husband's is God, as you know. And without him, we wouldn't be here today. I just had a lot of things on my mind because I have come across a lot of people, mainly in law enforcement, that I had unpleasant meetings with while I was out there. I was on drugs. I was out there, and they actually didn't think I would change. I feel like that, but I forgive them. And I hope they forgive me for the actions that I was taking at that time, because I was not a pretty person. I was terrible. I was a terrible person. I'm going to get more as our show. I know we haven't done a show in a while, but we're going to start doing them more frequently now. I can be more open and honest with you guys now, because I really didn't want to tell y'all a lot of things. Not y'all, but I just didn't want to let my past out on live. I don't want to be live with it. I didn't want to be. Now I don't care, because you need to know what my husband and I went through. He's going to be on the show. We're going to try to do a show tomorrow night if he's feeling better. He's not sick. He's just really tired. We worked real hard. But, when God lays something on my heart to talk to y'all about, I feel like that I need to jump on here and talk to you, because I feel like there may be someone out there that's going through the same thing that I'm going through. And I have a sundress on. I don't want y'all to think I ain't got no clothes on. I've been sitting outside enjoying this beautiful day. I was off today, and I'm off tomorrow. But I came across someone last week in Somerville. He was a law enforcement officer, and I didn't get the hello, how are you doing, greeting that I was expecting. He did say hello, but I could see the judgment in his eyes. I've put on a little weight since I got clean, but I feel good. I don't care about what people think about me, and I'm always going to try to keep myself up. I'm 42 years old. I'm not getting any younger, and I'm going to try to keep myself up as long as I can, because I feel like God's preserved me all these years. Like I said, I was in my addiction for 15 years. 15 years. And I feel like God has preserved me for a reason. Everybody's going to age. Everybody's going to get older. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it gracefully. But I'm going to do it with hair dye. And the Lord, He blesses me with everything I have every day. But I'm not Miss Perfect. Trust me, I am not perfect by no means. I still have triggers. I still have days that I wake up and I think, Lord, if you'll just let me make it through this day, I'll get through it another day. You know what I'm saying? I take everything minute by minute, hour by hour, and day by day. And that's what's got me through this. So basically, I just want to share with y'all my experience with coming in contact with this person. I said, hello, how are you doing? I smiled at them like I always do. I always have a smile for everybody because you never know what kind of day that person, it don't matter what they're in. It's judge, lawyer, attorney, judge, lawyer, law enforcement, whatever. That smile, it doesn't matter if you're an addict or not an addict. It may make that person's day, you know. Um, the hard times that I went through, I'm not proud of them, but I am proud to say that I did overcome them. I am proud to say that I have a wonderful life now. I have a steady job that I've almost been there. August will be a whole year, and I'm so thankful for it. But I just want to let y'all know out there, all y'all people that are in addiction or recovering, please don't let someone um, make your spirits go down. And a lot of times when your spirits go down, when mine did, I would relapse. Anger was the worst trigger I had. I used to get angry, and the first thing I would do was go reach for that drug. But now I'm learning. If I get angry, you know what I do? I just say, you know what? If this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, this is a joke. So I don't instantly pray about it because I would be lying to you if I said I did. But I do self-talk myself down. And I say, Amanda, really, you've been through hell. You've been through hell. And you've brought yourself out of it. So why am I let this one person upset you or hurt you to keep from helping other people that's going through the same things that you've been through? You know, a lot of times those people that treat you that way, they have problems at home, or they may have a underlying problem that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So always smile at them and greet them, even though they may not be that friendly to you. You know, you got to think, I was pretty bad. When I was in my addiction, I did show them some ugly, ugly ways I had, but this is the time that I can show myself and the world that I've changed. And the thing about it is you really don't have to show the world. Once you've changed your way of thinking, you stop that addictive behavior, the world will see it. That's not something you have to sit on there and say, oh, I've changed. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. No, honey. Because I have my bad days. I promise you I do. But I try my best to, like, a self-talk is one of the best things that you can have for yourself. It's been one of my life-saving, it's been a lifesaver for me. And your support system, if you have a support system, I don't care if it's a brother, mother, sister, aunt, uncle, blood brother, blood sister, whatever, a friend. I have a friend. I'm not going to mention any names on here because I don't do that. But I have a friend at work, and when I'm going through something, honey, we vent. We vent to each other, and venting helps you. And if you don't have anyone to vent to, get you a pen and paper and sit down and write. You would be surprised at how a pen and paper can really, really help you. When I was in rehab, I sat down a lot of times. I was still not all there up here. I was still coming down off the drug. I was still angry with things that I was still dealing with in my past, in my childhood, and stuff like that I really at first didn't feel comfortable with sharing with people, So I got me a pen and paper, and I sat down and I just wrote. I wrote how I was feeling that day. I wrote what was really bugging me. what was really getting to me. And the thing about it is when you write all that stuff down, you may not feel like it at the moment, but the next day, or maybe when you start feeling like it, you can start looking at this stuff and reading it and think, okay, this is a problem. I've got to figure out a solution for this. And when you start doing that, your life will change, because you can go back and you can read this stuff and think, okay, I think this is a problem. Okay, over here's my solution. I have a solution to this. But like I said, please don't let anyone ruin your day, ruin your day, or ruin how you feel about yourself. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I feel wonderful about the person that I have become. I am not ashamed of my past anymore. I've overcome that. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the steps of 8A or NA, but that's a wonderful way to get the anger, the anxiety, and get to the root of your problem. But I honestly, and I know if my director from the rehab I was in is watching this, I didn't go in order with my steps. I just wrote down, like I said, I went home. If something was bothering me, I wrote it down. And if you're too angry at the time to go to find a solution, try the next day. The next day you may be having a better day, right? There's a solution to this. It's almost like doing, let's say, a math problem, an algebra problem. Okay, you're studying for a test. Okay, there's these equations, there's these algebraic expressions that you're like, what does this mean? Because your mind's all boggled, because you're trying to think of a solution for it. And when your mind's all boggled and you are upset, you have anxiety, you cannot think. I can't. So the next day, if you got time, because you might have a test the next day, but anyway, that when you start feeling better, your mind's settled down, and you've been able to meditate on that, you go back and you say, okay, this is a solution. And you look and say, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that yesterday? Why didn't I think of that an hour ago? It's because your mind, you got to let your mind, you got to meditate on it. Okay. And that person last week, I'm not going to name any names, they sort of made me feel a little funny about myself. I thought, gosh, I am recovered and I'm recovering, but how am I supposed to do this when someone else is looking down on me? It doesn't matter, because you know why? They're not the one that's going to judge you. The Lord is going to be the one that judges you, okay? And we are our worst critics. We are. And maybe that person wasn't thinking so badly after me. And after all, I got to think about it. Maybe they were looking at me like, gosh, that girl from 15 years ago that was struggling so hard, fighting for her life, has actually found a way to get out of this hell and actually live and actually becomes a productive member of society. And that, my folks, is what I have become. My husband also. He's a wonderful support system. My mother is a wonderful support system. My husband's sister, Nicole, I love you. Mom, I love you. They're wonderful support systems. And I love you all. So my main point of doing this show tonight, I know it's not very long, but we're going to be back on tomorrow night, me and my king. And we're going to be talking on some more subjects. But please don't let somebody bring you down, and don't jump to conclusions when they maybe look at you and be like, don't, because you don't know what's going through their mind. You know what I'm saying? And for anything, just walk off from them, smile, and pat yourself on the back and say, I ain't got to deal with that fella no more. Unless I need him for a reason or her for a reason. Okay? And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, a great night, and salute from the kings and queens. And we love you. And we will be back tomorrow night, maybe around 6ish. So just hit the subscribe button, the like, comment, please. Let me know how you feel, if you've been done this way. Maybe I can give you some feedback that'll help you, okay? Can't give you all the answers, but I darn will try. I love y'all so much, and salutes to all you kings and queens out there. And I love what you're doing. And thank you so much for watching. May God bless. Good night.